Hi, my name is Jackie Lee Price and welcome to Shadowboxing. Firstly, thank you very much for coming on Shadowboxing UK. It is great to have you on. You are always, everything I've seen of you, are you ever sad? You're always buzzing.
Hey, no, you got me buzzing, and you got me buzzing. You can't. What's the point of being sad? Like, you know what I mean? It's yeah, I'm quite a positive person, yeah. So I try my best today. Yeah, even if there's bad stuff going on, I'm always the same. Yeah, but I'll just like to say thank you for having me on as well. I do appreciate it.
No problem. So from Storky.
Stoke, yeah, good Stoke. Bit Burnley that was. What the hell was that? Like Burnley or something, that? No, Stoke. Goals. Yeah.
Me trying Stokey, but failing miserably.
Yeah, wasn't bad.
10-0.
Yeah.
Recently signed by Mr. Frank Warren, or at least you've announced it.
Oh yeah, I'm signed. Yeah, all signed, sealed, delivered. They've announced it. It's good, buzzing. Like something I've worked from the bottom. Like I signed, like is it my debut like 2.5 years ago. I had didn't have a massive following at all, but it just grew and grew. And it's just superb now. It's unreal.
So you fought in March. You won the IBO Continental Super Middleweight, because you fight at both middle and super middleweight, though, don't you?
Yeah, I fight predominantly. I fight at middleweight. All it was we were looking for the WBO at first, European title. But I think that was held by Danny Dignam down in London way. Yeah. So we couldn't go for that. And then we looked for the middleweight IBO, but that was held by some German lad. And he wasn't going to come over to bloody England to defend that in Stoke. So the super middleweight one was vacant. And then we just managed to sort like a catch weight. I think I'm Canelo or something over here, you know what I mean? So, but that's what we did. So we just slightly over the middleweight limits, and then we made the fight like that.
Beautiful. So, I've looked at over the last couple of days. I've seen quite a lot of your footage, and I know everybody's talked about it. But I tell you what, that whole ring walk for somebody to perform, and I don't mean perform as in showing off. I mean, really, you've got the crowd behind you. You've whipped them up. You're entertaining.
Yeah.
And then you've got to go out and fight. How do you put yourself in that mindset and then flip the switch and go, right, I'm going to go and put someone over?
Yeah, it's a strange one, because especially when the fact of the matter is you could go in there and get absolutely battered. Like if you went in with something, that's the game we're in. But do you know what? It's weird. It's just when I first did me ring walk and stuff. Like I say, there wasn't many people there, and it was awkward what I was doing with it. And then one day I was at work, because I teach it in a college, and I was in the performing arts studio, and all the mirrors were there. And then me being a bit weird and narcissistic, I put Delilah on the song that I walk out to, and I just started practicing what I'd do if I was on the stage. Because one of my mates, when he saw me walk out once, he said, "It looked like you practiced that." I said, "I bloody did practice it. That's why it looks like I'm doing what I was doing." But it just gets everyone proper in the mode for the fight. The crowd go mental. People have been saying it's like the new Sweet Caroline, but that's not the purpose. It's a Stoke anthem, Stoke City anthem.
Right.
But I mean, but what's good about it is, let's say we are in like a Manchester arena or something like that, everyone would join in, even if they're not from Stoke. Because it was just like, because we went to Birmingham Arena, I boxed on the BT Sports show there, and I took like 360 down with me, and people literally moved from their seat in the arena all the way around just so they could be with my lot and sing and stuff. It's great. It's great. So people have really latched onto it, and it's good. Yeah, it's good.
To be honest with you, when I've listened to it, and I've listened to it a few times, even through the screen, it gets you in a place where you go, I want to be behind this guy. I really want to be part of what you're doing. And I'm an actor, so I get that you have. I'm actually quite excited the fact that you went off and you had a little practice.
Yeah.
You really thought about, hold on, not only these people coming to watch me box, I'm going to entertain them.
Yeah. Well, you're an actor, are you?
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, because I think it finally comes into benefit now because I did performing arts at school. There's like a BTEC performing arts, so like it seemed worthless at the time, but funnily enough, it helped me out now. Like when I'm on that stage, like I used to love acting. To be honest, I just don't think I was that good at it, but it is what it is, isn't it? But yeah.
What is nice about it, though, Nathan, is the fact that, you know, everyone has their little different angle into entertaining crowds. Some people take the negative. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying some people take the negative. Some people sort of jump on, like, I don't know, the hate bandwagon and all of that. And you've chosen, which I think is lovely, you've chosen this sort of real positive vibe.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's where all your following comes from as well, to be fair.
Maybe, because I get on with every single one of my supporters. All I know it sounds ridiculous because you can't say because in my last fight I had like 775 people there, and you can't say you've got 775 friends, but I certainly feel like I have because I know every single one of them. That's what I mean. So it is weird. It's weird, but I was looking from boxing from the perspective. Would I want my kids following a certain boxer? And I don't know, I want to be a role model in that sense. Yes, I understand why people do the hate perspective and that kind of thing. I mean, look at Mayweather, the most successful person in the world and amazing at what he's done. But he's very clever. He's a very nice person in private because I've seen the stuff online where he does, but he's the villain online and on the media, and people pay just to see him lose. So I understand why people do that because they get it from both camps then. But I think I've also shown as well because people in the local area in Stoke, they were calling people out for fights. Now the reason they were doing that is because I think they were struggling to sell tickets and whatever. But then they also said, well, you need to do that to progress, and I disagreed with that at the time. And I think I've shown a little bit that you can achieve and get a good fan base and support base by just being genuine and just not being a knob. Like, in fact, I watched Chris Eubank the other day. I love Chris Eubank Senior, and the amount of knowledge he comes out with is unreal. But he said something: "There's nothing cooler than being," and I'm paraphrasing here, but there's nothing cooler than being an animal inside the ring, but being gentle outside. And I totally agree. I can't think of anything better. Like being an animal inside. I want to be the nastiest, nicest person anyone knows. In the sense of if we're face to face, it's lovely. But if I was in the ring, it's a totally different thing. And like you said before about I'll just switch it off. You just do. The music sets you the tone anyway. It feels like you can walk through a bloody brick wall when you hear Delilah being sang. Yeah. But I just switch on automatically. So yeah, it's one of them. I've done it all my life. I've been boxing for 20 years. It's competing for 20 years, should I say? And so yeah, it's one of them.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with people calling people out, to be honest with you, because I understand also that some people really do need to generate some interest. But like you say, there's different ways of doing it. For me, I don't know you, and yet when I've watched it, I'm like, oh my God, just that stand and that, that confidence, that is brilliant. It's brilliant to watch. It's a good feel factor. I would most certainly pay money to go and see you box. No, I'm serious.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. It's weird because I've had people from like Glasgow, Portsmouth, Liverpool. They just message me and say, "Listen, lad, let me know when you're fighting. We want some of that atmosphere." And it's just great because that's what you want in it. That's what you want, like as a fighter, especially.
Have you ever had that? Have you ever been on the other side of that though? Because there's loads of noise when you get in, and they can't hear the compare. I imagine for your opponent, that's really intimidating. Have you ever been on the other side of that?
I have as an amateur, yeah. Not as a pro. I've always. I think I'm a decent ticket seller. Let's put it that way. But as an amateur, yeah, I've been to. I remember going once up to, I think it's Yorkshire way, and I was fighting like called Shane Singleton, who won the British title as a pro, and I was in a bloody absolute nightmare in there in terms of the crowd. but I beat him on a split decision. I'm surprised the place didn't go off. Like, but I beat him. I did beat him, and it was good. But mate, I thought as soon as I leave this ring, I'm going to get bloody glassed here. But so I have been there. And my fair play to my opponent last time, because that was one. That's the biggest atmosphere in a small place I've seen, and he embraced it. Like, he went for it. He didn't give in. He was very tough, and yeah, he pushed me all the way. I was always winning the fights, but he always made it very competitive. Whereas if I took the gas off any rounds, he would have beat me, like, in them rounds. So it was a one-sided competitive fight, if you get that. Yeah.
I tell you what, though, you look like you can dig as well.
Yeah, well, I've only got three stoppages on my record, but I've boxed some good lads. Like, on the way up, and I think that's another reason why I've done so well with the supports as well, is because I haven't been involved. Even though they've been journeymen on the way, they've been tough journeymen. They're there to win. They're not your typical stand back. I'm not going to do anything journeyman. Like, I boxed a lad called Serge Mbomo, who boxed for the Cameroon Olympian team, and he was, but I think that's the hardest I've been hit in, I'd probably say, 6 or 7 years. And he clipped me off, but a great fighter, just tough as nails. So, and they made him exciting as well, because they're coming there to win. He just keeps people going. There's some journeymen on the way up that I would have hated to have boxed, because they're very negative in the way they are, and it stinks the place out. It's a dance at the end of the day, and there's two people in that dance, and if one's not performing, it's one of them. So yeah,
almost like one-sided, isn't it? You get the journeyman that, like you say, come to get the to nick the wallet, and then you get the ones that forget themselves and forget their part.
Exactly. Like, when Obama hit me, I thought, shit. I was like, this ain't what you're supposed to do, lad. But I knew he was there to do that. Like, at the end of the day, we're meant to be tested. If you're not tested, when you do step up, you're gonna get found out. And luckily, I've won 2 titles now. So I won the Midlands area against a good lad, Tom Stokes, who just come off the back of a big win against one of Ricky Hatton's prospects. So that was good. Obviously, Christian Shenbury for the IBO. He had 7 losses on his record, but he also had 17 wins as well. So he was still a very good opponent.
I tell you what, though, I've been to some fights where I've seen the journeyman, and I'm like, has he not got the, did he not get the memo?
I'm telling you, but to be a good journeyman, you've got to be a good fighter anyway. You can't last in the game. Like, people think they could just turn up against the best prospects in the country and not survive, or to survive, should I say. They're very skillful, but like I say, they don't want you taking the piss either, because I remember in the last round of that fight with Serge, I did sing with the crowd. They were joining in, so I sang, and I've never seen a man so angry in all my life. If he could have knocked me out with them next 4 punches, which he tried to, I would have been gone. But luckily, I was moving and stuff, and it worked all right. Like, but it was good. It was good.
Nice. You did mention just earlier about you're a teacher. Did you say?
Yeah. So I teach sports in a college. So, like, mainly BTEC sports and stuff. But yeah, so I do that full time, and I've been doing that full time alongside me 2 years as a pro, or 2.5 years as a pro. But now I'm in a position where I've got some sponsors on board, and I'm still going to work at the college because I do love my job, but I'm going to do it where I work 2 days a week. So I'll work like a Monday, Tuesday, then I've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because I'm at this level now. I've got to spar with the best lads in the country. It's okay doing it here and there, and you think you're doing brilliance, but when you mix it with like your Liam Williams and those kind of guys, you need to be ready. Like, and there's a guy down there, London way, Denzel Bentley, his name is. He's a dangerous looking fighter, and people aren't going to want to fight him, like, just because he's knocks 80% of his fighters out. But you got to be ready for them kind of guys, and if you're not sparring with the best, you are going to get beat by them guys. So now I've got the opportunity to do that, especially with Frank Warren and stuff. It gives you a lot more substance to your character or whatever.
And to be fair, if you're not ready when you go to spar, I don't know, you can't take anything from sparring, blah blah, but just in terms of what you're going to take away from it in work rate, etc.
Yeah.
You're not doing yourself any favours, are you, if you're not giving it 100%?
No, not at all. They say sparring doesn't matter. Sparring does bloody matter. Like, you know when you're in the ring with someone, what they're like. Like, I sparred with this lad called Alfonso Lopez. He's from America. He come over and he boxed Kelly Pavlik and arguably potentially beat Kelly Pavlik. He lost in a split decision. But my God, I've never felt a guy. He wasn't even trying, but his shots were that strong and technically perfect. I was like, fuck, I don't want to get hit by these. But I knew right there and then, if we boxed, man, he'd be an absolute nightmare. Well, you would never have thought that if you watched him. Like, if you just watched him, I would never have thought he was that good. But he was really good. So, and like you say, you can't take your foot off the gas. 100% in event against the best as well.
But talking about that, you know, would you go away and go, although that, you know, you think, oh, you know, he can dig and etc. blah blah. All the times that you just think, oh, I'll take away something from that. I've learned something from him. Do you know what I mean?
1,000,000% I did straight away. Well, in fact, I went straight over to him afterwards and I asked him a few questions because I wanted to know what he was doing. So, yeah, 100%. And, like, sometimes you'll have a terrible spar as well. And like, I've sparred some good lads. Like, I once sparred a lad called Jack Cullen, who boxed for the British title against Felix Cash. Now, Jack was a bloody great spar, but I wasn't very well either when I sparred. But I didn't want to let my coach down, so I jumped in there. And he was a nice 50-50 spar. But in my mind, I was thinking, I did well there, but I wasn't very well. So if I'm doing that okay there, when it comes to your 100% and stuff, then you should be fine. Like, so, yeah.
I think it's a bit weird, that whole sparring to me is the rehearsal room, what I would call in acting the rehearsal room. It's not the fight.
Yeah.
So does it matter whether you don't perform well on that day? Because to be honest with you, you're not there for that.
Exactly. But it matters that you perform.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because you don't lose. In the sense, you're right. You want to perform the best you possibly can. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it doesn't affect box rec. It doesn't affect your record. So, like, you always want to do your best. But yeah, it is the rehearsal room. That's what it is. You're trying your new techniques. You're doing this. You're doing that, and seeing if it'll work. But the more you want to be as successful as you can, because that creates like the mental state. Then, like, if you're doing well in sparring and beating top kids in the sparring, obviously you're scoring it in your mind. There's no official scorecard, is there? But it sets you up mentally to be very positive in what you're doing.
But do you think that there's a lot of pressure? Because obviously you get these stories about who dropped who in sparring. And then just for me, like, on the outside looking in, I just feel like people won't want to try something new. Like you were just saying, you want to try something. But people might dare not try something because they think, oh, I don't want X, Y, and Z to feel like they're beating me, or whether it's become a story down the line of who beat who in sparring.
Yeah, that's why it's important though for to have the good sparring partners, because if you were fighting a prospect or sparring a prospect, you wouldn't be trying anything new. You shouldn't really. You should just go in there and go in there as you're going to beat the guy. Like, you need good sparring partners, like your teammates and stuff, where you're going to work on something. It's hard. I've got a teammate, Luke Catchy, one of my good friends. It annoys me sometimes because we'll be sparring, and then he'll let a shot go, and I'm like, right, okay, I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing. Yeah. Then he'll let another shot go. He'll let another one. I'm like, I don't want an hard spar. Yeah. I don't want an hard spar. But he's letting it go. And then he'll say to me, mate, we need an hard spar. I was like, ah, shit. So then we're just going for it. But then other times we'll work on something and we're a lot like more technical and just making it good. Because that's what you should be doing, really. Yeah.
But hold on. Isn't it a case of you getting drawn into the type of spar that he wants? Exactly how
really. Right. You bang on. Because, again, going back to Mayweather, one of my idols, I was watching him the other day, and I was thinking, if the guy was going in at him, like I was, my mental state getting drawn, he'd just defend, but get him, pick him off, do this, and that's what I need to do. So, like you say, exactly what I didn't control him, he controlled me. Really, I should have still been able to move, and do little shots, and move off here and there and stuff. Even if they are trying to whack you, You should still be able to do it in defence. So yeah, you are right. I'll let my mental state go a little bit there.
I'll let you have that, Nate. A little tip.
Yeah, it's right. You're right, though. You are right.
It's true. So I understand. Obviously, you've done the route the hard way. And do you sometimes look at other fighters that are being billed as prospects? They're being almost, some people say, gifted a career.
Yeah.
You know, how do you feel about that? Having been somebody that's done it the hard way.
Yeah, I have no animosity towards them guys at all. At the end of the day, they've most likely come off a massive amateur background. They've been on the GB squads and all that, and that's how they've earned that right to fight on Matchroom or Queensbury Promotions. So I can't argue with that. All I'm annoyed with is the system itself as an amateur, because like to get on the GB squads or in the England squads, it's virtually impossible. Like it's like, even if you're beating the best kids in the country, which I have done, like I wasn't given a shot anyway. Let's put it that way. And I understand why, because especially with funding now, like Sports England and all that kind of stuff. Let's say they've put 20 grand into a fighter, and then all of a sudden I come along, beat him on the amateur scene. Well, I'm not going to take his place because he spent 20 grand on him. So even more so now, it's virtually impossible. If you're not in that setup, it's bloody hard to get in there. And but again, on the flip side, so I turned pro late at 28, but I don't think if I'd have been any younger, I wouldn't have been mature enough for the sport, like the pro game anyway. So it swings around about. I don't envy anyone that's like got the contract from the start, because they've got it for a reason. They've been on the squads, but I do envy the opportunities they got in the first place to get in that position, i.e. the GB squads, because that's all I ever wanted as an amateur. So once you fight for my country and do that really, but hey, it is what it is. But I'm here now, so it doesn't really matter. Right.
The thing is, with the whole GB setup, everybody wants to be on that, the England setup, and there's only so many spaces. But also, it's not just. I don't think you can take it personally. I know that it's not just about the boxing skill; it's about personality, whether you fit into the not the gang. I wouldn't like to say the gang, the team.
Yeah,
an opening, and like you said, and actually, you're one of the few people that have actually said, listen, if I'd have invested 20 grand into somebody, of course I'm not going to let such and such.
Never in a million years. Never in a million years. And that is the setup now. That is the setup. And I don't know how long the setup's been like that, but that's what amateur fighters are doing. Oh, bloody hell, dropped my phone there. That's what amateur fighters are dealing with. Like, see the reactions there, though. Keeping them sharp. That's what it is. But no, it is what they're just very fortunate they got the opportunity, and then they got the big contracts with the thingy. But it's one of them. I've done it the hard way, but I'm here, so it doesn't really matter. And maybe I wouldn't say you get more credit for that, but in fact you probably get less, because people are probably thinking, who's this youth? Where's he come from? But what was good is Queensbury Promotions. They put on Twitter the night before they announced me, said there's a cracking announcement to be made tomorrow. Now, people were guessing who it was. And what was weird is people were actually guessing my name. It was just dead weird. Yeah, people putting Nathan, I bet it's Nathan Heaney, and then people that I don't know either. And then some other lad put that kid from Stoke. And I was thinking, this is well weird, because obviously they know my name probably from that walkout video that went viral. Like, so it's good. It's good. So people know me now anyway, so to a certain extent.
To be fair, the whole grounding that you've had in the amateur scene is not going to go to waste.
Yeah, not at all.
An actual boxing, you know, the boxing fraternity always are looking around and finding, you know, new people. I think also that if you box up north, sometimes you're just not as known for that reason. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe. And like you say, the amateurs do put you in good stead. I had 90 fights, so I would have loved to have got me 100, but I just in the end, the last 2 years of my amateur career, I had no nerves left. The ABA is the same thing every year. You do well, and then you knew you were going to come up against a good lad with his vest on, and you know it's going to be very tough to beat the kid. And I had enough in the end. But of them 90 fights, I boxed the best lads in the country, all over the place. like the Manchester boys, the Liverpool boys, and it's setting up for now. So.
If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber of Shadowbox UK, we'd love to see you, so please go ahead and subscribe now.